Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review time, where we geek out about a movie we just saw, and we just saw Shaft. I knew it! And this is going to be our spoiler review. We're going to talk all kinds of spoilers here, so this is your warning. We're going to talk for a second here before we start spoilers, so if you're in the shower, Kim, you can get out and hit that button to hit the pause if you don't want to know. But yeah, we're going to talk all kinds of spoilers, and if you think we're just going to start in the beginning and you're going to get a little spoilers, be careful, because we're probably just jumping right to the end. So you definitely want to bail. And if you want a no spoiler review, we have a link in the description below, and you can definitely check that out. And you want to check that out anyways, because that gives you more of our idea overall of the movie, and this is more about the specifics and us geeking out, because sometimes we want to talk about things specifically and why we like those specific things that we can't say in no spoiler reviews, because it ruins it for people. And that's why we do these as separate videos. So once you've seen the movie, then you can come watch the spoiler video.
I think we've had enough time to actually stop this now.
That was pretty much the end of my rant, but okay. I thought that was an important thing to point out. So anyways, all right, so this is the third film out of 5 Shaft films. This is the third film to be called Shaft. And it's not a reboot. It's totally in continuity. They even kind of retcon some things that I really like, because I watched all of the Shaft films. If you watch the no spoilers, you found out about that. And I really, really love him, and Richard Roundtree is the man. And I rewatched 2000 Shaft last night, and it was really, really good. But I thought it was interesting because they called Richard Roundtree Shaft his uncle of Sam Jackson. So I loved in this movie, because they confused me for a minute when they finally get to Richard Roundtree, which is my one gripe. It needed more of him. The marketing sold it with him, and he's like only in the last 20 minutes or something. But
that's not surprising.
But he's badass in the last 20 minutes. But I love that he comes over and he's like, "This is my dad." It's like, wait, Dad, I just watched the other movie. He's his uncle. And then like a second later, he's like, "Yeah, but he had me convinced he was my uncle." I was like, okay, I'll take it. That's a story for a different day.
I hadn't watched the other Shaft movies. I had to go, okay, was Samuel Jackson the actual Shaft in his movie? Or is
yeah. But
so
no,
he wasn't 70s Shaft, he was
right.
Whatever, 2001 Shaft.
Yeah, and that's what I like about this series of films. They've never really, it's like soft reboots, because they're kind of trying to reboot the franchise, but they've actually made them sequels, because they all do stay in the continuity. And I love now that and this is why I'll forgive that retcon, is because I like the idea that it's actually grandpa, father, son, instead of, because it'd still work, but it'd be a little more, it wouldn't be quite as cool if it was uncle, father, son, So I'm glad they retconned that, and I thought that was cute. And I love my favorite there's like 3 Richard Roundtree moments, or at least 2 I can think of off the top of my head that I loved in this movie. And one of them is like when Sam Jackson and Son of Shaft are walking towards the bad guys in the big fight at the end. The guy gets up behind him you thought was dead, and Richard Roundtree just like kicks a case into his legs. The guy goes down, he grabs his gun and flips it upside down and like shoots the guy. I was like, that's badass. And that felt like Shaft, And then, but what really felt like Shaft was, because, and again, it reminded me of Shaft in Africa. There's a moment when one guy over here with a gun, Shaft over here with a gun. But in this movie, they both realize they're out of bullets. So like, oh, let's go old school. They're going to start doing some punches. And like, he takes the punch in the face. He's like, not bad. And the guy's like, ow. It's like, not bad, not bad. And they're fighting around for a minute. And then the other guy whips out a knife. He's like, oh, you want to go there, huh? All right, well, let me get mine out. Pulls out a gun and shoots him. It's like fucking Indiana Jones style. Which also, on the mom's date, I picked up, it's like, oh, another Indiana Jones moment. The hiding behind the table, rolling the table to block the gunfire. I'm almost wondering if that made you think about what I was about to say. What were you going to say?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about something else. Go ahead.
Well, also, I should explain real quick, too, because in case you didn't see the no spoilers, and this is the first video you ever see with us, you're going to feel like, Eric, shut up, Mary wants to talk. No, she already told me in the other one, she doesn't have a lot to say. I'm the one geeking out here.
I did like his burn on Samuel Jackson. It's just like, how is it you're 20 years younger than me and you look worse?
Right, and he kind of did. And I'm not trying to disrespect Mr. Jackson, because I love Sam Jackson.
Well, if you look at the two of them, though, Samuel Jackson definitely has the dad bod going on.
Well, and I think a lot of it, too, is that Richard Roundtree, I get it, like, he is a charismatic man. Especially in his prime in the original Shaft, but even now, he actually says in the movie, is like, I still got it. And I'm thinking, I had already thought that in my head, like, he still got it. That shit was funny. When they knock out that security guard, he's like, I don't know if it's for fries, he might have beat you. He's like, not for some regular ass fries, some chili cheese fries maybe. Like, that was such a great line. So the mom on the date with
Yeah.
like the goofy
Who
dude.
was he?
He's just one of those dudes that looks like an amalgamation of
Okay.
dudes. He might, I mean, some people out there might be well familiar with him from something, but I get what you're saying. He looked kind of like this guy from this thing and this guy from this thing. And
Yeah.
he had a little bit of Sinbad going on. He had a little bit of this dude from Workaholics going on.
Is he a sports guy? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So-
But I love what they did with that character. Yeah, so but that's where Casey is, by the way.
Yeah.
He asked for a bottle of wine, and the waiter's like, and that was Casey Miracle. So I was like,
I missed it.
I know, she was kind of caught up in the scene because it was awesome. Regina Hall's mirror scene in the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
That was so good. That was so good because she doesn't want to fall for him again. She's falling for him again.
I like every time when they're almost getting together and then he goes and says something and I was like, I'm with her. It's like, you had to ruin it.
Gee, that sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody who maybe occasionally the mood is right and things have been said correctly and then one extra thing is said. Kind of, that doesn't happen. That's not real at all. No, not at all. But yeah, that was really cool. And then the mirror, I love the reveal though that she wasn't alone in the bathroom after that freak out. That lady's just like, the fuck?
Actually, one of my favorite things was when Shaft and Junior were at the bar, the nightclub,
The club, yeah.
and the drunken capoeira.
I was literally, that was the next thing I was going to talk about. Yeah. No, I thought that was really, really great.
Because I'm going like, wait a minute, is this going to be some drunken kung fu shit?
It looked kind of drunken master. I got that vibe a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I love that Shaft was kind of impressed, and much like Regina Hall, he then explains it. He's like, now it's not as cool. But then that vomit scene, he just vomits all over Sugar and Babe.
Sugar and Baby or
Sugar
Honey
and Baby. Yeah, Sugar and Baby, I think. That was really cute. Oh, I loved Regina Hall, too, at the nice restaurant, walking up to Sam Jackson. Oh, hello, chlamydia. Hello, gonorrhea, or whatever.
Lady Chlamydia and Lady Syphilis.
Yeah, there you go, Lady Chlamydia, Lady Syphilis. I'm on a date. Oh, that's what happens when the man buys you dinner before you sleep with them. I was like, oh, shit, snap. Oh, man.
Although, in all honesty, that's not the best way to be putting it either.
I know, but it was funny in context in the movie. And maybe I may not have said it exactly right either. Maybe a bit paraphrased.
Well, no, that's more or less the way she said it.
Okay.
I'm sitting here going like, so he's still paying to have sex with you. But, that's always
I mean, you could make that argument.
That's
yeah.
a personally troublesome thing for me.
I don't think that was the intent of her statement, but you could certainly make that argument.
I have a bad habit of extrapolating really quickly.
See, I think maybe a critique or two is the Muslim and the mosque stuff. Maybe it needed it was almost like it was there just as much as they needed it, which sounds like a good thing, but I almost feel like because it didn't really play into the movie other than the fact that it kind of got John Jr. fired. Yeah, I feel like it needed to be a little bit more because it kind of felt obvious it was going to be a red herring just because it was so little in there. Mm-hmm. And again, that's a minor critique. It's not really that big of a deal. I'm just trying to, it wasn't a perfect movie, Yeah. So, pacing's great. Music's great. Method Man was awesome.
He's in the info broker?
Yeah, he was in a few scenes. He was great there. Oh my God, I love to, after the kid, when Junior goes hunting down the drug dealer initially before Shaft shows up, or before Sam Shaft shows up. And that kid...
Sam Shaft?
Sam Shaft. But that kid's like, are you one of them people that makes the fancy coffee? A barista? I knew you were... That kid, his whole scene, he was super charming. I love John Shaft Jr. throwing the guns out the window. Sam's like, what'd you do with the guns? So I throw them out the window. Motherfucker, they are kids in this neighborhood. Like, that was so good. But yeah, his face work, Sam Jackson's face work in this is phenomenal. I mean, like, he had to get an award just for his reactions.
I like the fact he was carrying around one of those beanbag rifles.
Yeah, and then using a gun to actually shoot the dude in the legs.
Yeah.
And I love that, too. He's like, no, I said, that's the one that hit me. He's like, yeah, but are you going to beat his ass? I don't want this guy jumping into hell. It's like, that's some sound logic. But then, yeah, the breaking Manny's hand and it's like, oh, and you ruined my coat. Give me $100. That's like, damn, that's pretty brutal, But, yeah, no, I quite enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
Can you tell? Can you tell I really liked it?
He hated it.
I mean, she enjoyed it, but obviously I liked it more. But I think watching, again, kind of like with Godzilla, watching all the movies leading up really helped my enjoyment because I'm in the headspace, I'm in the mood, you know, and I had that vibe going on, and you know, I was hoping there'd be some little references, but if there were Easter eggs, I didn't pick up any, you know, and even when they get to the lady named Benny, I was like, oh, almost, if maybe you could have called her Bumpy, but I guess not, because it is still in continuity, so she wouldn't have been Bumpy, but I don't know, I just wanted a Bumpy reference. That's from the first 2 Shaft movies. It's
okay.
Yeah, he's one of the bad guys in those movies. But yeah, no, everything, it's awesome. I mean, it is what it is. If you like Sam Jackson being funny and being a badass, you're gonna have a good time. You want some good action, you're gonna have a good time. You love Richard Roundtree, you're gonna love that last 20 minutes. He's amazing in it, and he definitely still got it. And they were just dressing him to the nines. I love that outfit he was wearing when he woke up. I love Sam Jackson waking up being like, "Death? Did you bring me some pussy?" Oh, that whole scene was so good, though. Oh, that was awesome. All right, well, since it's just me sitting over here geeking out, I guess we'll end it there.
Like I said, I enjoyed it. I just don't have his level of enthusiasm for it.
I know.
And when he's like this, it's just easier just to let him go.
I get excited about cinema, man. My whole life has been spent learning
and
cinema.
Oddly enough, there's nothing in this movie where I feel like it's like, oh, that was just, no. Physics or whatever just don't work.
Well, yes and no. It definitely has movie physics because, and I guess this is just where I'm getting older and I'm trying not to grow into a stick in the mud, but I'm just watching all the bullets, just how cars and tables stop all these machine gun bullets from, or even the old holding a body in front of you. It's like, I just gotta let it go, man. I just gotta let it go.
That is one of the things I generally speaking will let go unless it becomes a major plot point.
That's fair.
If it's a major plot point, then it's kind of like, no.
Yeah.
But if it's just a general gunfight, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, and I'm with you. Like, obviously, I'm letting it go, but I'm annoyed that I recognize it during the movie. How dare you rub your logic off on me, lady?
Even I had that thought, especially like at the dinner scene.
Mm-hmm.
That gun, both of them actually. He's just like, it's like, yeah, those tables probably. They might deflect some, they might slow them down a little bit. I'm not sure to keep them all from just not going straight through, especially to say, what caliber is it? Oh, no, I'm pretty sure that would go through.
And I loved the Junior gunfight scene, too. Mm-hmm. It's like, I said I don't do guns. I didn't say I didn't know how to use one, because he was, like, fucking on point. He's like... Like, every bullet counted, man.
Well, I mean, he probably has had
I know.
training.
But clearly, like, he's got some marksman abilities, too, because he knew what he was doing, and I love the cutting over to the lady, like, falling in love with him. Yeah. Like, you could just see it, and it's like a subtle performance, but it's obviously there, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Or the gunfight was just turning her on.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, seeing her man, you know, going to town like that, and it's like, oh, shit, I got a hero. Fuck yeah. So that was really cool. The main bad guy that Sam Jackson was after in this...
Gordito?
Yeah, maybe if anything, maybe he's a little underdeveloped. Like, I mean, I felt the emotion connection. I felt like you wanted him dead, but I felt like usually in these kind of movies, you get more of the villain... almost get him, and he's taunting you, and you know, make him really get under your skin. Like in Shaft 2000, Christian Bale was an amazing villain in that, because, you know, 10 minutes into that movie, you wanted to reach through that screen and start punching his smug little famous political son face.
Now I think what they were trying to do with him was that he was just always supposed to be just out of reach, you know.
Yeah, I know, but it just, I don't know.
Almost phantasmical.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I just feel like it undercut, like, the movie really focuses on the heroes, and you just feel like you know they're going to survive, they're going to do all this stuff, and I never, like, there wasn't really that other end angle that you usually get in a lot of these movies, where you have some connection to the bad guy or the threat or whatever. Because you really only any of the bad guys, like even the army guys, you barely get any threatening from them.
The movie wasn't really about them.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's a minor critique. It's not ruining it for me.
Yeah, I mean, this was straight up a father-son bonding thing.
Yeah.
It's you weren't really meant to give damn about the baddies one way or the other.
Yeah, but it does make the movies more powerful. Because, I mean, again, that's one of the things of these types of movies you usually look for when you go to them, is you want that bad guy that's going to piss you off, that then when they die, you're like, yes!
Yeah, now,
or get their shit.
In this particular case, the only thing that really mattered is that when the guy pulls the gun on the son and says, I'm going to kill him.
Because that was the plan all along, apparently, which is fucked up.
The whole point is, you need to care at that point. If you don't care at that point, then that's where the movies fail.
That's true, and I totally cared about them, but you know, I just, you know, I didn't feel like I didn't really feel threatened by any of the threats in the movie. So that's, again, and it's a minor critique. You know what I'm saying? I'm just. I just got to point out what I'm thinking.
Because in all honesty, let's face it, they have massive plot armor.
Yeah, absolutely. Their name is Shaft. They ain't dying. Although, would have been interesting if they had actually killed off Sam Jackson. I'm glad they didn't, but that would have been interesting. That could have led to some interesting things. But I want sequels, so, you know, it's cool. All right, well, we're losing light, and it's time to go get dinner, and I'm out of things to say.
Okay. Wait, that's possible?
For now.
Oh, dear.
Until the camera turns off, then I'm like, oh, I wanted to talk about this, that, and the other. Plus, I got a butt crack of stuff I got to do later.
Yeah, no.
All right, let us know. Spoils. Talk away. Comment below. What's your favorite Shaft film? What's your favorite moment from this? Which Shaft is your favorite? Grandpa, Sam, or Junior?
Or the 8-inch. No.
Something tells me they all got that problem. Yeah, it's not gonna know somebody like that. Anyways, just comment below. Let us know.
Big. I'm sorry.
Good, I'm under the cutoff. Okay, yeah, on that note, spoils away. Comment. Let us know what you have to say. Check out the Stardust app. Look up TheEricButts. Use the link in the description below for the movie reviews faster than I get them to YouTube. And I guess now click the thumbs up button. Give us the good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. And now we're going to get out of here. We're going to get some dinner. Then we're going to go see Men in Black. And we'll see you all later.